Black women. I have been scratching my head trying to find the words to express how I feel about this poor tragedy of B. Smith. I feel like this really sums up every single thing I have been saying for the past year. I want to first give a shout out to all of the Black female YouTubers that have spoken out about what's going on with B. Smith. I want to give a shout out to Paris Milan, Cynthia G, Successful, Ladies Live, and all of the other Black women that are just as concerned about what's happening with B. Smith as I am, because this is an in-your-face moment. And I think Black women, we really need to take what's happening to B. Smith very seriously, because this is a perfect example of how Black men will let you down. This is a perfect example of what happens when you marry a man beneath your means, someone not on your level, as Miss Smith did. Look, I'm not going to go into the whole spiel because, we already know what's going on with B. Smith, and I think it's a tragedy. I am disgusted by the behavior of her husband. I am saddened that she is mentally not in her right mind, which is unfortunately one of the side effects of suffering from dementia, Alzheimer's disease. Look, Black women, I have told you over and over and over and over again, I have told you that Black men don't give a fuck about us. And now you have it in your face. It's in your face right now. Here you have B. Smith, who I consider to be an American success story, one of the most successful, talented, smart businesswomen of the 20th century. This is a woman that built an entire empire. Restaurants, magazine, successful chef, television show, you name it. And unfortunately, she got with a man that was below her on every level, who she thought loved her. And now we see that that's not quite the case. I have been looking at the information about what's happening with B. Smith, and I'm completely floored. I'm angry. I'm furious. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I was shocked to find out that not only has her husband been rubbing in our faces his new, what he calls life partner, this white lady that supposedly, I don't know, I'm still getting information, but apparently this woman and Miss Smith were friends, associates. Her husband has moved this person into their home, and she is now taking care of B. Smith, who is suffering from Alzheimer's disease. And her husband is smiling and gleaming and taking pictures with this woman. And, you just can't get any more grimy and more disrespectful than this. And, that's why black women, I keep telling you, on a deeper level, a lot of black men don't give a fuck about us. They really don't. And it's unfortunate that Miss Smith is, obviously the woman is going to die. But, here's the one thing that I want to say. And maybe a lot of you have been asking the same question. Would it have been so bad if this man, her husband, B. Smith's husband, if he could have just waited for B. Smith to die before he brought in this new woman and rubbed it in our face? He couldn't even wait until the ink on her death certificate was dry. He just had to bring in this broad, this white lady into their home. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I mean, I want to say more, but I don't want my video to be taken down. I'm trying not to curse. I'm trying not to lose it. But, look, black women, let me tell you something right now. If you are a successful black woman right now and you're married to a black man, if you are successful, if you have a business, if you have any kind of fucking money, any kind of property, you better get yourself a will. You better get yourself a living will. So if anything happens to you, if you get sick, if you have a stroke, if you have a heart attack, if you fall ill, you better make sure you've got the right person taking care of you, and you better make sure you have it documented, notarized in your will. You really, seriously. As I was looking at all of the content that many black women have uploaded about what's happening to B. Smith, I mean, the more I read, the more I hear, I'm so angry. Here you have a woman that gave her heart, her trust, her love, her fidelity to a man that she thought was going to reciprocate that. And this man is, he's using his thumbnail on his social media accounts with this white lady that he's, cheating on his wife with. I mean, he's moved her into their home, for Christ's sakes. I mean, damn. I mean, if that's not disrespectful, fuck. Now, you know what? I really want to say a whole lot more, but and trust me, I'm holding back. You guys know how I am. I'm so fucking holding back right now because I'm very angry. But let me just say something, black women. Black men are always saying that we need to build, that we need to get with these men that are, like that little short Obsidian guy always says, the everyday brother. And we need to build and we need to build something with these men. And we need to focus on, lowering our standards and find a man, just a blue collar man. No, absolutely not. The biggest mistake that sweet lady B. Smith made was that she married a man that was below her economically. I don't think that this would be happening if she had married a man on her level or more. This man is waiting for her to die. Him and his mistress are waiting for her to die. The woman has no children. She has no family as far as I know so far, the information I'm getting. She has no family that's taking care of her, that can intervene and help her. She's not in her mind, not in her right mind. She's deteriorating, which is what Alzheimer's disease does. It simply deteriorates you. So she doesn't know what's going on. And her husband is smiling and taking pictures with his mistress. And, they're both supposedly taking care of her, living in her home. Unbelievable. She's on her deathbed. And they're probably in the next room fucking and sucking each other off, laughing, already counting the money, her money that she made. Her money, not his, her money Man, I'm really trying to hold back. I'm so angry. We as black women should all be very angry. Now, black men are going to say, well, you need to mind your own business and you need to stay out of it. No, no. Because what happens to one black woman affects all of us in one way or another. B. Smith is a beautiful, successful, dark-skinned black woman. Yeah, I'm going to bring that up. And, the poor woman, wow. How can you do something like that to somebody that you're supposed to love? Her husband didn't take his marriage vows very seriously. Her husband didn't love his wife enough to wait until she was dead before he started hopping on the snow bunny train. This is humiliating. This is embarrassing. This is sad. And I'm noticing that black men aren't saying anything. They're being real quiet about this. I wonder why. Maybe because deep down inside, they know that what this man is doing is a damn fucking shame. Black women, I'm telling you right now, I told you, black love is fucking dead. There ain't no more black love. These black men don't give a fuck about black women. The evidence is right in front of you. Let me tell you something. On Christmas Day, I spent time with my family and my friends. I went all over the place. And I have some friends of mine. I told you that I do volunteer work at a homeless shelter. And I've spoken to a lot of black women. There was a black woman that lived in a tent. My friends and I, we got together and we made a whole bunch of snack bags. We put food and we put some hygiene kits, and we went down to the area where there's a lot of homeless people, and we distributed out, food and, hygiene bags. And there was a woman that lived in a tent, a black woman. And a lot of times when I would do volunteer work, she was right across the street, and I would go over and I would speak to her and, a few other black women, because, I'm a black woman. I care about black women. And on Christmas Day, my friends and I, we were walking, distributing, the food. And the closer we got to the tent of the woman that I had become familiar with, really nice lady, I knew something was wrong when I saw roses, flowers draped all over her tent. Usually when you see something like that, it's an indication that the person has died. And I told my friends to go on ahead because I wanted to check it out. And sure enough, the woman did die. She died alone in a tent with nobody, with rats and cockroaches. And I just thought to myself, no black woman should have to die like that. And I look at the way society has just really, in this country, how society has just completely disregarded our very existence. And black men support this. And then I look at what's happening to B. Smith, and it makes me angry. I look all around and I see black women all around just being completely disrespected. And black men support this. I upload my videos and I advocate for black women. I talk about what goes on with black women. And I get black men that come to my channel. They send me emails. They say to me, oh, you're bitter. and you're old and you're a hag. They don't know anything about me. They don't know nothing about me at all. They want me to shut up and go away. They want us all as black women to shut up and go away. And with this B. Smith situation, black men are not saying anything because they know deep down inside what her husband is doing is a dog thing. He is dogging her out. You don't bring your mistress into the home that you've shared with your wife and rub it in everybody's face. This is so disrespectful. The ink on her death certificate hasn't even been written. The woman is still alive. He's still married. But he's fucking this snow bunny because he couldn't hold out. He couldn't hold out. Shh, unbelievable. Man, let me tell you something right now. I've told you before, black women. If you don't get your passport and make 2019 the year that you get the fuck out of this country or make the preparations to move on, you're going to end up like B. Smith or that woman that died in that tent alone and poor because she was abandoned. I told you that I do volunteer work and I talk to black women that have been raped, molested, beaten, abandoned, used, abused, dogged out, fucked over by black men. You want to end up like that? You stay in this country and you wait for black love. You get with a black man and you end up like B. Smith. Her whole fortune is about to be handed over to a coon and his snow bunny. Now, some of you are probably thinking, well, would it have made a difference if it was a black woman? Yes! It would have. And black women know why, and I don't have to say it. Black men have no fucking respect for us, living, dying, or dead. We need to be very angry about this and outspoken about this. We need to really hold this man accountable and shame him. I'm out.